Why don't I see like a football background here? Hold on. Give me 1 second to fix this. I think I used it for the unprofessional sports show, and I forgot to take this off here. Let me see. All right. Well, I don't know. That's actually kind of cool. I like how that looks. So maybe we'll roll with that. What's going on, everybody? Christian Ballard, Ballard Sports Media, coming at you with the return of Ballard Sports 360. And this will be a quick show today. We don't have any guests on, and I do have to get to work at, well, I got a few hours, but it should be good. Looking forward to college football season. It's about that time. It's about 3 weeks, as you see by the title, till college football. And I go to a Braves game in just 11 days. The Braves, they're doing really well. We'll talk in a minute about what I want this show to be and more about Ballard Sports 360, because this is a big show on this channel. It really is, at least to me. I want it to blow up, though. I want the unprofessional sports show to blow up, and I want Ballard Sports 360 to blow up. Also, Touchdown Tuesdays. Shout out to Mayhem Matthew. Hopefully, we get back to that this week. We will see. But the Braves are playing the Yankees next week, and I'm excited. I just finished up the summer semester with school, going on the 15th to a Braves-Yankees game in 11 days, 5 hours, 31 minutes, and 25 seconds. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I want to go ahead and thank my grandmother for getting us the tickets and making this happen. But they're doing really well. What's up to the chat? So far, we got Flaming Sports Media in here. Says, what's up, Ballard? 100. Yes, sir. It's good to be here. And it's great to be back and live. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Excited for football. Excited for the baseball game. I'm sorry that I haven't really posted much on baseball on here. I think what we'll do for the remainder of the baseball season is really just kind of see where standings are. We'll look at not highlights, but headlines as far as the news goes. Of course, they still have the pitch clock involved this season for Major League Baseball, and I was never really a fan of it. Still am not today. I think that people just need to suck it up and enjoy the game as long as it lasts. I mean, it is what it is. They still got the pitch clock, but so actually looking at this, I'll tell you what, the Rays are second in the AL East, 66-45. They are down one game to Baltimore. Baltimore flying up there. That's impressive. They're only up one game though. I told you guys, last time we got a chance to talk about baseball, we looked at the standings and we said Baltimore could be on the up and coming, train. So you got Baltimore, you got Tampa, you got the Blue Jays, you got the Red Sox, you got the Yankees. Now, can the Blue Jays catch up? That's a big question. On a losing streak of one, they're 5-5 in their last 10. Thing about Baltimore is they're 6-4 in their last 10 games. They've really flown up the charts. You look at the Central for the American League, you got the Minnesota Twins, who are 56-54, just above 500. Everybody else is below 500, but the Cleveland Guardians are only 3 games behind Minnesota. Can they win the next 3 after losing the past 3 games, going 4-6 of their last 10? Can they figure it out and turn things around? The Guardians, sorry, they, of course, with the name change, used to be the Cleveland Indians, but they just lost 3 games to the Astros, but they kept them all pretty close, losing 7-3 the first time around in Houston, 2-0, and 3-2. Now they got to play the White Sox. And the last time they played the White Sox, they actually shut them out 5-0 after losing 2 games in a row. So you play Chicago. Chicago's not too good of a team. Let me see. 0.391 win percentage. They're back 13 games, but they're on a losing streak of 4. So, and of course, we're past the trade deadline. It's, 2023, week 18 of MLB. The power rankings are out, and the Braves are sitting there at 1. The Baltimore Orioles are at 2. Houston jumped up from 6 to 4. But how about the jump by the Texas Rangers, 62-46? They were at 5. They are now at 3. So I think that's pretty cool there to see the Texas Rangers jumping up the charts, a win streak of 3, 5-5 in the last 10. 57 is their percentage. 37-20 at home, 63-46 overall record, 26-26 or 500 on the road. So that's pretty good there. They're just above the Astros by 1 game. Can they continue the momentum and ultimately move forward? That is the question. That is the question there. So it's great to see these standings here, and these Braves, it's not even close. They're up 10 games over the Phillies, 69 wins to 59 wins. But the Marlins right there catching up to the Phillies, they got them by 1 game. 1 game. Both the Braves and the Phillies, 6-4 in their last 10 games. The Braves on a 2-game win streak, Phillies on 1. But, man, the Mets, they're not looking too hot this year. Below 500, way below 500. 50-58 is their record, losing their last 3 games and going 4-6 in the last 10. They were pretty good last year. It looked like they were the team to beat, but they've obviously lost a couple of key players, had some injuries, had this and that happen, and they've kind of fallen off a little bit this year, and they've lost their last 3. They played a series with the Royals. They play the Orioles tonight at 7:05 Eastern on the road at Baltimore. So there's been chaos in the standings. Yankees are last. The Reds are up in first. And it's been crazy. The Reds you see on your screen aren't necessarily first, but they're – if not for their losses, they're back by half a game or the Brewers or whatever. So if not for that loss that they took, they'd be at atop the Central They'd be atop the Central. The West, the Giants are only one game behind the Dodgers, but they'd still be behind because of their losses. They got 49 losses, whereas the Dodgers have 45. Both teams, Dodgers and Giants, are on a 3-game win streak. So there's that. That's the end of the standings here. Colorado Rockies, try saying that, not the worst team in the league. They are the second worst team in the league, whereas the Oakland A's are the worst at 30-80 on the year. Just got nothing in the tank. They're 3-7 in their last 10. Yeah, it's been a rough year if you're Oakland. It's been a tough year. All right, Slim, I see you in the chat. We'll move on and move forward from the baseball stuff, as you put it. Yeah, he's not too happy. So, about 3 weeks, college football countdown. It's here. It is here. We got 3 weeks from tomorrow. It is Friday. So, tomorrow. 21 days, 11 hours, 3 minutes, and 5 seconds on the countdown here for college football 2023. Looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a great season. I think that you'll have some teams up and coming. You're going to have Slim. Yes, it is a picture of me in the background as a green screen. Yes. You got a problem with it? Well, keep it moving. So again, we're about 3 weeks from college football season. Will be 3 weeks from tomorrow, August 26th. You got the Pac-12, you got the Big Ten, you got the Big 12, you got the SEC, and you have the ACC, all in the Power 5, of course. And this could be one of the last years for the Pac-12, man. I don't know what's going on. I know they want to add teams like San Diego State, but, man, Washington and Oregon, UCLA, USC, they're all gone. They're leaving. So what do we do? Well, I think this is a year. Plus, you got Texas and Oklahoma going to the SEC next season. So there goes the original Big 12. You have so much that's going to change within the next year of college football. So I think the best thing to do is take this season. You take this season like it is. It's the last of the reality. Not the reality, but the main, parts of college football. Because Texas and Oklahoma are leaving. You have the new Big 12 starting this year. I guess the last of the normalcy in college football would have technically been last year, because this is the start of conference realignment in 2023. So there's that. But some of the week 1 games, really the week 0 games, we could talk about if you want to. Some teams you probably didn't know play week 0 on August 26th. USC plays at night, 30.5-point favorite over San Jose State. Navy and Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a 20-point favorite. That's a 2:30 NBC game. Hawaii and Vanderbilt on the SEC Network at 7:30 Eastern, 18.5-point favorite for Vanderbilt. UTEP and Jacksonville State. These are games that nobody's really going to care about. These are games that, there's really nothing. Hawaii and Vanderbilt I'd watch, and I'd watch the USC game just to see USC play. And then Navy and Notre Dame are kind of, some rivals in there that are historic teams and schools and big name brands. You just got to see them play, right? So those are the three. I mean, those are the three games that I'd pay attention to. And the only reason I watch Vanderbilt Hawaii is because it's an SEC game. The only reason you watch USC San Jose State, it's going to be like 65-0. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be bad. But you watch it because you have the reigning Heisman winner in Caleb Williams and what he did last year. You want to see if it carries over this season. And we're not going to base it off San Jose State. But, again, just another game to watch. You really get into some action the following weekend. Thursday, August 31st. Wake Forest plays Elon, not Elon Musk, by the way. Missouri's playing South Dakota. Nothing there. Kent State, UCF. Kent State could field some good teams sometimes. It'd be interesting to see Gus Malzahn in the Big 12 this year, back in the Power 5. Florida at Utah. That's a game to circle on Thursday night. Friday, September 1st. Let's skip to the next day. Georgia Tech and Louisville. Central Michigan, Michigan State. I at least think that's interesting because they're both Michigan teams there. So, and it's week 1. Michigan State at home, by the way, favored by 14. Stanford and Hawaii. Okay. Vanderbilt plays Hawaii week 0. Hawaii, what if they pull an upset? They could have some momentum there. They go beat Stanford at home. Night game, 11 p.m. on Friday, September 1st. Stanford by 9 in that matchup. Saturday, September 2nd. Now we're getting into some stuff for week 1. Now, you don't have a lot of great matchups, but it's at least great to see some teams play. You're going to have Michigan playing Eastern Carolina. I think it's an absolute drag them through the mud, blowout type of game. Colorado, TCU. That actually could be probably the most interesting game of the weekend. Rice and Texas. Who cares? Auburn and UMass. I'm just going to watch that because I want to see Hugh Freeze this season with Auburn. But I think Auburn, favored by 39, should easily go out and cover. UMass could field a couple good teams every once in a while. Texas and Rice, come on. Georgia and UT Martin, that's just the start of the cupcake schedule that Georgia has. USC, Nevada. Alabama, Middle Tennessee State. I'm going to watch that just because it's my team. And probably other people will watch it because they just want to see what Alabama looks like. But going into the game, Alabama's already a 39-point favorite. They'll cover that, most likely. We'll get to score predictions on Tidal Wave Talk this season. North Carolina, South Carolina. Okay, this is where it gets interesting. These are the games you want to circle. There's games you might want to watch, but the ones you have to pay attention to fall right here. North Carolina, South Carolina. UNC favored, but only by 3.5 points, just over a field goal. That's a battle of the Carolinas. It's the Dukes Mayo Classic. Spencer Rattler and Drake May. At least one of those is, from the experts, a Heisman contending quarterback this season, and Drake May. Spencer Rattler, a dark horse favorite. Could be on the watch list, but we'll see. I'm circling the Carolina battle between North and South Carolina. West Virginia, Penn State could actually be good. I don't know what to make of West Virginia this year. Rest in peace to our friend Golden Blue Dude months back. I'll be pulling for the Mountaineers, as will anybody else, just for him. And guys like Joey Foster, man. Joey Foster, I love you, brother. It's always great to see you on here. They play at Penn State. Now, Penn State is a dangerous team this season. Favored by 20 over West Virginia. West Virginia, do they even have a quarterback? Because JT Daniels transferred to Rice. I just want to know. I just want to know who's going to be quarterback for West Virginia. That's what I want to know. So, Coastal Carolina, UCLA. Coastal was really good a couple years ago. Took a small step back last year. UCLA, the Bruins, before the Big Ten, what are they going to look like? You really never know what you're going to get out of them. I would probably take UCLA. I'll make picks on the app, like when it's time for week 0 and week 1, and we'll talk about it more. But these are some of the games you can watch the first couple weekends. You got week 0, and then, of course, week 1 the following week. Coastal Carolina, UCLA, Virginia at Tennessee. Now, Tennessee's already favored by 28 points. It's a noon game on ABC. This could be good, actually. Tony Elliott in his, is it third? Or someone remind me. I think it's his third year at Virginia. Now, Virginia last year, I can't pull up last year, actually. I don't know what they did. Let me see. Standings. Let me see if I can find it on the computer. But I think Virginia is a struggle bus right now, in my personal viewpoint. Can they improve? I think they probably could improve. They're decent. I think what it comes down to for Virginia is, how can you make a bowl game and then win a bowl game? And how do you add up against your in-state rivals in Virginia Tech? Because Virginia last year went overall, they only played 10 games. They went 3-7. They went 1-6 in conference play. They're terrible. They are worse than Duke. They are worse than Georgia Tech. They're worse than Miami. They're just barely better than Virginia Tech, who finished dead last in the Coastal. And they lost their last 3 games. They didn't play many ranked teams. They don't have much of an offense. And they gave up more points than they scored last year total. 170 points for. Points against 240. So Virginia, I don't expect much from them. Tony Elliott's still the head coach. Oh, but look what he did with the offenses at Clemson. And I think he just had the talent. I think they just recruited greatly. And Tony Elliott is a good play caller. I'll give him that. But I think he's kind of showing in his hands, like, he has this program here, but he can't really do anything with it. So you got Virginia and Tennessee. Give me Tennessee big. I mean, they'll blow out Virginia. Now, if Virginia pulls an upset, I'd be careful. Hold on. Arkansas State and Oklahoma. Oklahoma easy in this game. Arkansas State, what are they? The Sun Belt. Alabama played them a couple years back. They blew them out of the water week 2. 33 points. I think questions they cover that. That's it. South Florida, Western Kentucky. Western Kentucky favored by 13.5. I think the Bulls are in a tough spot. I would like to see them turning around. That's one of the Florida teams that I got family down near that area. So, yeah, I'd like to see them do good, but we'll see. Western Kentucky by 13 in that game. Tennessee State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame easily. There's no line out yet. But Notre Dame probably take the points no matter what the spread is. I think Notre Dame's going to be interesting, though. Marcus Freeman. We'll skip the next two. I mean, you got Boston College, Northern Illinois. Boston College only favored by 10. They're going to be a struggle bus this year, I think. Um, Northern Illinois shouldn't win this game, I don't think. But Eastern Kentucky and Cincinnati. Now, this is interesting. There doesn't look like a spread on this game, but Cincinnati does have a 98% chance. It's at Nippert Stadium. Tickets as low as $19. Cincinnati, I mean, the only thing here is one of those like, what's it going to be with Scott Satterfield, without Luke Fickell? Uh, you have Emory Jones over there at Cincinnati. They had a guy last year by the name of Ben Bryant. I'm not sure where he's at. He might have got drafted or picked up in the NFL because I think he was like a junior or a senior. But yeah, Emory Jones. How is he? Man, he's been in college for a while, man. Been in college for forever. It seems like I forgot all about him. He was at Florida, and then I think Arizona State. He's been a couple places. I know Florida for sure, but he's at Cincinnati now. Utah State and Iowa. Iowa by 23 points. Utah State's had some good teams though, but I think Iowa improves greatly with their offense. Cade McNamara at quarterback there. That's kind of why you want to watch that game. You want to see how the offense does. The defense is always going to be subpar and really good. You just want to watch the offense. Ball State and Kentucky. Take Kentucky. Do you take the points? Do they cover the 26.5? Probably so. Let's skip the next few games. Purdue, Fresno State. I mean, it should be Purdue. The only thing about Purdue in this game is it's only a 5.5 point spread. I mean, is that a diss at Purdue? Or are they really expecting big things from Fresno State? Because Fresno State is no pushover team. I know that to be true. Louisiana Tech, SMU by 17. Robert Morris and Air Force, there's no line on this game, but I would pull for Air Force because I love all the service academies. Thank you for your services. Mercer and Ole Miss. Iowa State, Northern Iowa. Akron and Temple, take your pick. They say Temple by 10.5. Oregon and Portland State. Oregon, I guess. Ohio State at Indiana. So Michael Penix is at Washington now. Indiana last year, you look at the Big Ten, was 2-7 in conference play and 4-8 overall in 12 games. Indiana's probably not going to be that good. They got a 2% chance to win this game. It is at home. I would say, and again, I don't think there's been a starter named for Ohio State yet at quarterback to replace C.J. Stroud. You got Kyle McCord and who's the other guy? Devin Brown, I think. I don't that I know of. I haven't seen anything for their starter. Let me look. Ohio State QB. As of June 27th this year, Ohio State quarterback Kyle McCord shows off new Mercedes-Benz ahead of 2023 season. Ohio State has not named a starter with months to go before the season opener against Indiana. Okay. So, but they are projecting that it's Kyle McCord. But give me Ohio State over Indiana. However, I would put it on the watch list because if Indiana pulls off an upset, that could spoil possibly Ohio State's season. And it could be momentum for Indiana. Townsend and Maryland. Give me Maryland. Buffalo, Wisconsin. Wisconsin by 24. I'll take them in the points. Boise State and Washington. Now, Washington's a dark horse. Could be a surprise team. Well, I say surprise team. They are catching a lot of hype this offseason going into 2023. But you got Michael Penix. You got Kevin DeBose. You got, I mean, they're going to have a good defense. They're going to have a good offense. The Pac-12 is loaded with quarterbacks. Michael Penix is just another one there. They got an 82% chance to win against Boise State. I would say take Washington week 1 over Boise State. But Boise State, man, they can be a tough team to play sometimes. If they pull an upset here, watch out for those Broncos. Wofford and Pitt. I'll take Pitt. Arkansas, Western Carolina, we could take Arkansas. No explanation needed there. Western Carolina is always a 1 or 2 win team. Let's keep scrolling here. Week 1. Let's skip the rest on Saturday because again, there's really not a whole lot to watch. I mean, Northern Arizona, Incarnate Word and UTEP, Idaho State, San Diego State. It's crazy, man. Let's see. Sunday, September 3rd. There's actually a couple more games. I would watch Northwestern and Rutgers for some Big Ten action. Rutgers by 7. Northwestern. Let me see something here. Northwestern football. They played in the conference championship game in 2018. They play at Ryan Field. David Braun is the current interim head coach. Pat Fitzgerald is out. I don't know. I don't know who is going to be their long-term coach. That could make a difference. I know they've always put in good offensive linemen and defensive backs in the NFL. They've always been good there. Recruiting has kind of gone on a downhill, though. Northwestern, Rutgers. I'll probably take Rutgers in that game. Oregon State, San Jose State, Oregon State easily. You saw what they did to Florida. You got DJ, LSU, Florida State. Well, I don't know. Should I come back to that and go ahead and talk Clemson and Duke? God. Here's the thing about Clemson and Duke. The funny thing is that Uncle Lou picked Duke to pull an upset. The spread is 13 Clemson. Let's just go ahead and talk about this game. We'll get back to Florida State LSU. We'll get back to that. First game of the season, it's at Duke. Monday, September 4th. It'll be at night on Labor Day. 14.8% chance, almost a 15% chance for Duke to win. That's not bad. 13 points Clemson, over-under is 57.5. Thing is, Duke came off a 2-game win streak last season. Wake and UCF in the bowl game. Whereas Clemson got destroyed 31-14 against Tennessee. And they lost to teams like South Carolina last year. So, Clemson could be furious. I do like Cade Klubnik. I do like Clemson this year to possibly make the college football playoff. But I don't think I had them undefeated. I said they have to lose somewhere on that schedule. And I might have picked Florida State. But there's a couple places they could lose on this schedule. South Carolina, late in the year. They do play North Carolina in the regular season. Play Florida State. Right out the gate, it's at Duke. Duke has some momentum. Duke is really good right now. I mean, they're looking like a ACC dark horse this season for 2023. You bring back Leonard. Who's this guy? Hold on. The quarterback, Riley Leonard. He's actually from Fairhope, Alabama. Never been out there. 2,000 plus yards last year, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. 73 was his QBR. He led the team in rushing at 700 yards. You have the running back in Waters. Jordan Waters is going to be a senior this year from Fairmont, North Carolina, 6 foot, 215. 123 carries, 566 yards, 8 touchdowns last season. So you get these guys at home. You get Clemson at home for Duke. So, yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. Darius Joyner is a safety. How did he get cut from the team? Well, what was that? Hayward is a linebacker with 93 tackles last year. Johnson, a nose tackle with 5.5 sacks. Carter, a nose tackle at 5.5 sacks, 32 yards. Duke has some guys. They got the coaching too. Mike Elko quickly turned around this program. And Mike Elko was A&M, Texas A&M's defensive coordinator for a little while. I don't know. I got to go Clemson in this game, though, man. Dabo Swinney could lose, but I think he's always motivated, especially to start the season. I mean, outside of Georgia in 2021 in the kickoff game, which those two teams play next year too. But this year Clemson plays Duke. Outside of that Georgia game, when's the last time Clemson really lost an opener? I mean, they always get off to a great start. I think it's just late in the season how they finish is the big question. But I'm going to take Clemson over Duke. So that is week 1. Oh, Florida State, LSU. I wanted to come back to that because I think that's bigger than Clemson and Duke. This is a Camping World kickoff game in Orlando. These teams played last year. And, of course, LSU coming off a big win over Purdue, Jaden Daniels, Mason Taylor, a couple guys you can name. Florida State with Jordan Travis. And I like Jada Daniels over Jordan Travis. I like Trey Benson of Florida State though. I like their wide receivers and Keon Coleman, who transferred from Michigan State. That's going to be a huge pickup for them. Ja'Kai Douglas, Joshua Burrell, uh, Deuce Spann, Johnny Wilson, Jaheim Bell is a tight end that they picked up. So I'm really high on Florida State this year, but LSU I think has more firepower and better defense, and I just think they're more suited for this game. So give me. I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says take the Tigers. And Brian Kelly last year not only beat Purdue, I mean, he put a whooping on Purdue, made a statement 63-7. Did lose to Georgia, though, but they did win the national title. Lost to Texas A&M. I don't know what went wrong in that game. They beat teams like Alabama and Arkansas. I don't know. I'll take LSU, even though there's a part of me that does like Florida State this year. So anyway, let's see, what time is it? I gotta go to work at 5 tonight, so I got some time, I guess. We'll drop the link. I don't want to turn this into a hangout too much, but if anyone has any thoughts on some of these games or anything they want to talk about for college football this season, feel free to. Feel free to hop on. So I'm going to take. I thought about it, man. This is tough. It's going to come down to Penn State or Michigan for the Big Ten East. And it's going to come down to either Purdue or Iowa for the West. I'm going to take Iowa for the West. It could come down to Wisconsin too, but I'm really not sure on Wisconsin. I love the Luke Fickell hire. I just think, is it going to take him a couple years? It's funny that LSU won the West, but Alabama finished with a better record. Just saying. I mean, that's so hard to do in college football. Is have a better record than a division opponent that beat you. I mean, because look, Alabama was 11-2, LSU was 10-4. So So again, as you see by part of the title, future of this show, I do want to get more guests on here. Like, if you guys have a topic you want to talk about, you want to come on and talk about your team, a particular sport, rule changes, whatever it is in sports, no politics at all, no rants like that. But anything you want to talk about in sports, just email me, ballardsports19@gmail.com. Or you could comment on a video. You can hit me up on Facebook or Twitter, Christian Ballard, at Ballard Sports. We can talk about it. We can get you on the show. Because I think having guests on here and conversation, I think, is what helps drive the show forward. Um, so, and again, for the team previews, I wanted so bad, man. So bad I wanted to get every team this offseason, but I get caught up in school and jobs and stuff. It was a bit too much for me. So maybe 2024 could be the year if I find more time, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I guess let's call it quits on the team previews because it's August and it's time to talk college football as a whole. Let's just focus on this channel for this month. Let's focus on just talking about college football in general. Let's focus on that. Let's talk the NFL. We can talk some baseball if you want to, but I think we'll call it quits on the preview videos for now. Um, I don't know. I just feel like we should, man, because I've done plenty of them. I really have. Just you know, and I can't say I didn't have a chance to get these teams. I'll be honest. I put it off a little bit, but you know, life did happen too. I gotta leave here at 4 o'clock my time. So, what's up, Jerry Wells? I see you in here. Hey, Mayhem, I got your text, man. You want to come in here, you can. Anybody's welcome on. Yes, so Chess Hall dropped his TikTok Chess Hall channel for wrestling talk, which I thought was kind of crazy, but at the same time, he's my best friend on here, and I respect what he does, and I give him a lot of credit. I mean, he he does want to watch football still. He's a big college football fan. However, he just kind of got fed up with the the college football side, like the YouTube side of things. So he kind of explained it on the show, which, by the way, I want to remind everybody we're going to try to be live for the Unprofessional Sports Show, but it will premiere on Saturday night at 10 p.m., at least for this week. Yeah, I'm ready for football, Cody. You know it, man. We all are. Thoughts on Washington and Oregon to the Big Ten. Okay. So it doesn't surprise me. I think we've known for a while that the Pac 12 is eventually going to fall apart. I think it's bad enough they're losing the California schools and UCLA and USC. Now to lose two other big name brands like Oregon Ducks and Washington Huskies, that's even worse on the Pac 12. That makes things even harder, and it's not helping. Now, how do I feel about this in terms of do I like what's happening? No, I like the Power Five. I love college football as it is, but you just got to keep up with the changes and just have to deal with it sometimes. And you just got to take it like it is. So, Mayhem, if you want to come on the show, you're welcome to, buddy. Anybody is. If Alabama can find a good quarterback, do you think we could go 12-0? I hope we don't go 12-0 because we'll be target on our back. But I would say if they find a good quarterback, I mean, they have to find the right quarterback. I think the quarterbacks are good. I just think they have so many issues, man. Like, they just didn't look good in the spring. So, of course, the media and everybody else out there says, "Oh, they're just not good." Alabama just has to face reality that they don't have a quarterback or anything. And I'm like, really? Give it time. Let's see them play an actual team. That's what I say. Can they go 12-0? They're not going 12-0. Even if they had Bryce back this year, they're not going 12-0. There's no way. No way. Oh, breaking news here. Pete Thamel puts out that Oregon and Washington are finalizing move to the Big Ten, and Arizona has been admitted to the Big 12. Wow. Rest in peace to the Pac 12, man. It's been nice knowing you. I don't care if they're picking up San Diego State or anybody like that. This is the Pac 12 is done. By the way, Alvin Kamara is suspended for 3 games by the Saints because of his role in a fight outside of a Las Vegas nightclub in 2022. Anyway, back to the Oregon-Washington thing. Wow. (2024) too. So they haven't voted yet, but it's supposed to be a unanimous vote. Unanimous vote. Oregon and Washington to the Big Ten. So, I think that's huge. Again, if you guys want to talk about this with me, come on here, man. I want everybody's thoughts. again, this show here, we want to build it up. We want to make it huge. Man, it's huge news today, though. Oregon and Washington going to the Big Ten officially. God, four teams from the Pac-12 moving on to the Big Ten. Hey, so StreamYard's not letting me post the link again. It's up here if you scroll all the way to the top of the comments. Or not all the way to the top, but to the middle of them. If you guys want to be part of the show, you're more than welcome to. But you can also join on Facebook if you have it too. USC, UCLA have already moved on. There's half the conference right there. Yeah. Yeah. I don't hate the Pac. I don't think anybody hates the Pac-12. I don't know if anybody that's really excited about this. Like, oh yeah, the Pac-12's falling off, and the Pac-12 this or that, and you're gonna get what you deserve. It's not like that, man. I think we're there. We go. It posted. If anyone wants to click that link, it posted on YouTube now. Um, the thing is that the Pac-12 has been a great conference. It has. I mean, you've had Oregon in the playoffs, you have Washington in the playoffs, you've had USC and what they're doing in recent years. Some teams have fallen off, but it's yeah, it's crumbling, man. It is crumbling. So we'll give it about 6 more minutes, so 150, and then we'll cut it off. But we'll see if anyone wants to join. If not, I'll read comments for 6 minutes. Good to see you, William Bryant. Good to see you, Baylor Man. Shout out to the chat. Mayhem Matthew, Cody Hankins, Slim, Jerry, and Flamin' Sports Media. Thank you guys so much for showing up today. Really do appreciate it. What's on ESPN? Let me see. Are they talking about this right now? Let me see. It's got to be like Sports Center time, right? I want to see if they're talking about No, they're not talking about it at all. They just got headlines about Alvin Kamara being suspended. So again, we'll give it to about 150. We'll give it 4 more minutes, and then we'll cut the stream. So, hey, what's up, Super Syrian Rigel? Good to see you, man. My good friend from church. I won't give your name out just in case. I'm not sure if you want it out there or not, but good to see you, buddy. What are we waiting for? Well, we were kind of waiting for conference realignment news. Um, so the Pac-12 is done. It is fixing to fall off a cliff. I've been saying that for a while. Now Oregon and Washington are set to join the Big Ten in 2024. That's next year. And you already got, so you have 4 teams leaving. You got a couple coming over like San Diego State or whoever to the Pac-12, but it's not going to be the same as it's been. It's not. And the Big 12 got Colorado. Oregon and Washington go to the Big Ten. So let's see. USC, UCLA, Colorado, Oregon, and Washington. 5 teams on the Pac-12 are gone. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Pac 7 or 8. Yeah. Pac 6. You know, something like that. I'm going to highlight that comment. I'm going to keep that, man. I'm going to keep that. Utah and Arizona State go to the Big 12. I could see that. I could see that, Mayhem. Yeah, I'm going to have to clip that moment when I saw the news and talked about it. I think the Pac 12's done. I really do, man. So, Yeah, the pack. Super Syrian Roger says the pack nothing. Yeah, the pack nothing. They packed up. They packed up. I love it, man. Hey, Mayhem Matthew. Did you see the thing I sent you? I might have sent to you. No, I sent it to like Jess. Did you see where this Facebook reel? I don't remember who it was that said it. I thought it was crazy. Said that Maryland was Michigan's toughest game on the schedule. I think I said that to Mayhem. Let me see. Oh yeah. Yeah, you saw it. You responded too. We're picking up some guys. I mean, Alabama's picking guys up left and right. It seems like. I mean, I don't know what's going on that they. Well, I'll tell you what happened. Perry Thompson flipped to Auburn, the 5-star wide receiver. That's part of their problem. Was losing big on that one. But other than that, I don't know what's going on that they're 14th in recruiting. Super Syrian Rigel says Maryland is going to be a decent team, I believe. Still not tougher to beat than Ohio State. I agree. Your thoughts on Perry Thompson saying Freeze is a better wide receiver than Saban? Or better with wide receiver? I mean, he has his opinions. We haven't seen Hugh Freeze yet at Auburn. I thought he had said something about the culture of Auburn, and that's why he flipped. That's what I thought. Look at that in a minute. That's my friend Chance. Um, I thought he just said that he went to the school and went to the campus, and it just felt like home more so than Alabama did. Freeze is overrated. Auburn fans treating him like he's some kind of savior that's going to defeat the evil Saban and win them 10 national titles. That's true. We need to get crap. We need to do a call-in show again soon. Get you guys back on here. I think I work. I guess I'll just have to do Thursday again because that's really the only day I'm free. Let's do call-in show. Could we do around 3-ish? I don't know. We'll figure it out, but maybe on the 10th. Because I shouldn't have any work that day. We'll do a call-in show. Probably Thursday. All right, guys. We gave it a few minutes. Nobody decided to join. I think we're going to end the show today. It was a great show. I'm glad everyone showed up. We had a good crowd. We had Flaming Sports. We had Slim, Jerry Wells, Mayhem Matthew, Cody Hankins, Baylor Man, William Bryant, Super Syrian Rigel, and that was it. So we had a great turnout. We had a good crowd, and hope to get back to doing this show more regularly. If you'd like to be a guest on the show and talk about something specific sometime in sports, just email me, Ballard Sports 19, that's 19, at gmail.com. So, Pac-12, rest in peace to you. And, God, what is happening in college football? This is crazy, man. Paul Fivebaum show coming up on the SEC Network and ESPN Radio right now. I got work in a few hours. I'm going to relax, get ready. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. Until next time, I love you guys. Jesus loves you. He's got a great plan. Trust and believe that. Ballard Sports Media, checking out. I love y'all. Peace.